Ever wonder how a Swiss farm boy with no formal education until he was 14 managed to revolutionize the world of projective geometry? This is the enigma of Jakob Steiner. Born on the 18th of March 1796 into a humble family in Unsung, Switzerland, Steiner was the youngest of 8 children. His early years were spent helping his parents with their small farm and business, a far cry from the halls of academia where his name would later echo. Steiner wasn't just any typical farm boy though. He had a knack for calculation, a skill that proved invaluable in managing his family's business. This innate ability to crunch numbers and solve problems hinted at a potential that went far beyond the confines of a small Swiss village. But it wasn't until he was 14 that he learned to read and write, a late start by any standard. Yet this didn't deter him. If anything, it only made him more determined to catch up and surpass his peers. There was a burning desire within Steiner, a yearning for knowledge and understanding that couldn't be satiated by the mundane tasks of farming and business management. He wanted something more, something better. And so, at the tender age of 18, he made a decision that would set him on a path of discovery and innovation. Against the wishes of his parents, who were more than happy with his contributions to their business, Steiner left home. He set out on a journey that would take him to Johann Heinrich Pestalozzi's innovative school at Iverdum, at the southeast end of the Lake of Neuchâtel. There, he would immerse himself in the world of mathematics, a world that would become his playground, his battlefield, and his sanctuary. Against his parents' wishes, young Jakob set out on a journey that would forever change his life and the world of mathematics. This was only the beginning of the extraordinary story of Jakob Steiner, a story that we will continue to explore in the next scene. Imagine attending a school where the aim is not just to learn, but to question and discover. This is exactly the environment that Jakob Steiner found himself in when he walked through the doors of Johann Heinrich Pestalozzi's school at Iverdum, Switzerland, in the spring of 1814. This wasn't your typical school. The focus wasn't on rote learning or cramming for exams. Instead, Pestalozzi's innovative approach encouraged students to reflect independently on the truths of mathematics, to question the theorems presented to them, and to seek deeper understanding. It was a school where curiosity wasn't just welcomed but actively nurtured. Steiner was a perfect fit for this environment. He was a young man with a hunger for knowledge and an innate ability to calculate. His mind thrived in this atmosphere of intellectual freedom. Steiner began to dig deeper into the theorems he was learning, often finding more profound bases for them than the ones provided by his teachers. His proofs were so impressive that his teachers began to prefer them over their own. And so, just a year and a half after he first set foot in Pestalozzi's school, Steiner found himself teaching mathematics there. But he wasn't just teaching for the sake of it. Steiner believed in the organic unity of all the objects of mathematics. He saw how related theorems in a single branch of mathematics grew out of one another and believed that this same principle applied to the entire field. Steiner's time at Pestalozzi's school had a profound influence on him. It shaped his mathematical philosophy and ignited his passion for finding the deeper connections within the field of mathematics. It was here that he first glimpsed the idea of the organic unity of all the objects of mathematics, a concept that would guide his future research. This unique educational approach not only sharpened Steiner's mathematical skills, but also sparked his interest in finding the organic unity in all objects of mathematics. With a thirst for more knowledge, Steiner embarked on a journey that would take him to Heidelberg and Berlin. This was the beginning of a new chapter in his life, a chapter filled with exploration and growth. His days in Heidelberg were marked by a deep dive into the realms of combinatorial analysis, differential and integral calculus, and algebra. His mind was like a sponge, soaking up every bit of knowledge he could find. Yet life was not all about learning. Steiner had to earn his keep, and he did so by offering private tutoring in mathematics. This was not just a way to put food on the table, but also a means to further refine his understanding of the subject. Each tutoring session was a two-way street, where he not only imparted knowledge, but also learned from his students. It was during this time that Steiner developed an interest in mechanics. His fascination with the subject led him to write 3 manuscripts, each one delving into different aspects of the field. These unpublished works may not have seen the light of day, but they were a testament to his relentless pursuit of knowledge. The next stop in his journey was Berlin, a city teeming with intellectual energy. Here, Steiner decided to pursue formal teaching qualifications. He believed that this would open more doors for him and give him the chance to share his love for mathematics with a wider audience. However, the road to becoming a certified teacher was not smooth. Steiner faced a significant challenge in the form of non-mathematical subjects. His difficulties in these areas resulted in him being awarded a restricted license to teach. This meant that his dream of becoming a full-fledged mathematics master in a gymnasium was put on hold. But Steiner was not one to be easily discouraged. He knew that the journey to success was not a straight path, but a winding road filled with obstacles, and so he pressed on, driven by his passion for mathematics. Despite the hurdles, Steiner's passion for mathematics remained undeterred. Now let's delve into Steiner's remarkable contributions to projective geometry. Jakob Steiner was a trailblazer in this field, making significant strides that shaped its course for generations to come. But before we dive into the specifics, let's take a moment to understand what projective geometry actually is. In the simplest terms, projective geometry is a type of geometry that is not concerned with the concept of distance or angles. Instead, it's all about the properties of figures that remain unchanged under projective transformations, those that stretch, twist, and warp, but don't tear or glue. It's a bit like imagining how a painter sees a three-dimensional scene on a two-dimensional canvas. Steiner's work in projective geometry was groundbreaking. He introduced what is now known as the Steiner conic. This is a projective property of 5 points in the plane such that no three are collinear. This concept has become a cornerstone of the field, providing a foundation from which numerous other theories and ideas have been built. Another of Steiner's significant contributions is the Steiner surface. This is a complex projective surface that has 3 double points, and it's one of the simplest singular algebraic surfaces. It's a bit like a three-dimensional version of a figure 8, but with some extra twists and turns. Steiner also made important strides in synthetic geometry, a branch closely related to projective geometry. His work emphasized the power of pure geometrical thinking, avoiding the use of analytical methods. This represented a shift in the way mathematicians approached the subject, encouraging a focus on the inherent properties of geometric figures rather than their analytical representations. Steiner's work was not always immediately appreciated by his contemporaries, but over time his genius has been widely acknowledged. His creative and innovative approaches to projective geometry have had a lasting influence, shaping the field as we know it today. Steiner's contributions to projective geometry continue to influence the field, showcasing his enduring impact on the world of mathematics. From a farm boy to a mathematical genius, Jakob Steiner's journey was nothing short of extraordinary. Born in the rural heartland of Utzenstorf, Switzerland, Steiner defied all odds and transcended the limitations of his humble beginnings. He was not a child prodigy, nor was he born to a family of scholars. Yet his unquenchable thirst for knowledge and relentless determination saw him rise from a farmhand to one of the most revered mathematicians of his time. Steiner's life was marked by his unwavering commitment to learning, a trait that was evident from his early years. Despite learning to read and write only at the age of 14, his knack for calculations quickly became apparent, proving invaluable in assisting his parents with their farm and business. His pursuit of education saw him leave home at the tender age of 18 against his parents' wishes to attend Johann Heinrich Pestalozzi's school at Iverdom. It was here that Steiner's passion for mathematics truly blossomed. His unconventional approach to the subject, treating the truths of mathematics as objects of independent reflection, set him apart from his peers. He saw deeper bases for theorems, often providing proofs that were preferred by his teachers over their own. Such was his acumen that he was soon entrusted with teaching mathematics in the school. Steiner's contributions to projective geometry were groundbreaking. He introduced concepts and theorems that challenged existing notions, pushing the boundaries of the field. His work, marked by a unique blend of ingenuity and simplicity, continues to influence modern mathematics. Yet perhaps the most enduring aspect of Steiner's legacy is not just his contributions to the field of mathematics, but the inspiring story of his journey. His life serves as a powerful reminder that passion, curiosity, and the pursuit of knowledge can overcome any barrier. Jakob Steiner, a testament to the power of curiosity and the pursuit of knowledge, continues to inspire mathematicians and enthusiasts alike, proving that it's never too late to learn and make a difference.